having a conversation with my son before I start this video, which was, excuse me, suggested by I. Love her or him. I'm pretty sure it's female. I know I mess this up all the time, so for any of you that I confuse your handles or say the name the wrong way or anything like that, please understand this is not an offensive thing. I'm just trying to get by over here. I asked me for an off-the-topic subject, and I think today is a great day for an off-the-topic subject because I'm being attacked a lot today, and I know people think that could stress me out. It's actually very funny, but after so many comments, if you look in my most recent comments, I have a man named Bonnie stalking me and making fun of me for being a single mother, and is weird. Weird. If you guys get a chance, go check out the comments. This guy is obviously insane. I'm gonna have my hair up, then you don't have to watch me whipping that crap around the whole time. And I know, but I said you had to wait. See, we're having a patience problem with my son right now. So, oh man, he's... So check that comment out if you want. I did block the user, and when I went to their profile, they also stalk, hey, shh. They also stalk canine aversion. So, hey, we've got the same hater. Haters always tell you that you're onto something, you know. I did think it was a lady from my Facebook page at first that had decided to come stalk me. Kind of a coincidence that it was a man named Bonnie, but moving on. This video is about my multiple sclerosis. I wanted to hop off topic for a minute. I think it's healthy. Also, it was suggested to me. She wanted to hear about it. Geez, I have to step around this a little bit. I'm not telling anybody to be anti-vax or tell anybody what to do. Everybody's got to do what works for them. But I'll share my personal story. My father has multiple sclerosis, and the shots and vaccinations he received in the military hyperinflated this pre-lying disposition for this terminal illness, multiple sclerosis. And then later on, he got hit in the head, and so all of those symptoms just, bam, it took over his body, his brain, everything. He took medication, the shots, and he's tried a few of them. He ended up with a defibrillator, of which they place inside your chest. For anybody who has to deal with MS, my father went through all of the medications and everything, and he claims it was the best thing that ever happened to him. It's an electric unit they place underneath the skin. They run a wire up, and it's in the left-hand side of your body, more often than not. Conditions like trigeminal neuralgia will couple with multiple sclerosis. It's supposed to be super rare to have both, but actually I've spoke to a lot of people that do have both, and it's not so rare. This is going to end up bothering me. We all know I'm going to end up taking my hair down. Honey, I know. He calls chocolate milk coffee. I said you already had a cup today. You have to wait. Patience. So he claims that was great because you have a little remote control in your hand, and you can control the electrical impulses to kill the pain. For anybody who doesn't know, trigeminal neuralgia is referred to as the suicide disease. It puts you into so much pain that you want to kill yourself. It's pretty bad. I have both. I tried one medication long ago. Don't break that, honey. I tried one medication long ago, and it did not help. It actually made my symptoms worse. So I went out looking for research and natural ways to deal with it. I found an extremely helpful video for anybody who has multiple sclerosis or knows someone with it. There's a video on TED Talks, and it's called Minding Your Mitochondria. And basically discussing how people with multiple sclerosis and other illnesses that are related, like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease, they have some similarities. They're not the same, just some similarities. Have trouble absorbing and obtaining and breaking down B vitamins of all types. And your mitochondria are essentially starving And so this causes most of the symptoms that go with multiple sclerosis. Once I read about that and seen what she had to say, and the woman who made this video, Terry Walls, has multiple sclerosis herself, and she's a doctor, and she was going to lose everything. Her practice, her life, her ability to move around, to walk around on your legs. A lot of people with multiple sclerosis end up in wheelchairs or using walkers. So she went out on this whole venture, and she had been asking people in the Mayo Clinic at the top minds of the world and couldn't get an answer to help her with her multiple sclerosis. And so I followed what she said, and I started drinking a fermented green drink called So True. And there's a couple others, but I like the So True. If I drink that, honey, shh, okay? Bullying me is not going to get what you want. You know? It helps me tremendously. And when, hey, shh. And when I go without it, I suffer the consequences. I was pretty, the pandemic was pretty rough on all of us. And don't make fun of me for being a single mom, guys, but I'm a single mom. And it was rough. I've still never gotten like a stimulus or any tax stuff or anything like that. I just guess I didn't, not a priority. I'm still arguing with the IRS about whether I'm a person or not. They want me to confirm my identity. I've been at it for 6-7 months. So we were pretty broke, and of course I took care of my son instead of myself, and I didn't have my green drinks because it's like $30 for the containers. And $30 a lot when you're a broke bitch, right? So, I have it back now, so, don't worry. But just recently, and I noticed the difference immediately. MS is a tough one, guys, and quite misunderstood. There are actually 4 types of multiple sclerosis. So I have RRMS, which is relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis, which means it hits me, then it's gone. It hits me, then it's gone. It can be aggravated by things like extreme heat, stress, and poor diet, okay? So I kind of was doing all of those things to myself during the move and, trying to get back on my feet and starting the business and stuff. And so, I was starting to get rather unhealthy. So happy to be back on my green drink and feeling better. And I always notice that there's more of a clarity in my eyes, that I can see better, obviously, because my vision will take a hit. At one point when something traumatic happened to me years ago, I lost the ability to talk. I couldn't move my jaws and tongue enough to make words. And so I was using a notebook to write things in. And I remember someone pissed me off one day. They'd done something terrible to me, and they kind of chose my MS attack as a chance to do so. Like, I can't fight them or say much. So I wrote on a notebook, "You fucking suck." It's a devastating illness. I've noticed that a lot of very strong and passionate people, including boxers and fighters and mixed martial arts, suffer with this condition. I don't know why that seems to be the case, but it is. I plan on living a wonderful and full life. I don't let my illness control me. I don't live under it. And by that, like, most of my friends forget constantly that I have multiple sclerosis. I don't bring it up. It's not something I'm going to allow to control me. So, I've helped a lot of people. Also, cannabis is a great medicine for people with multiple sclerosis. It helps with the inflammation. It helps with the pain and the anxieties that can come when you know that you're suffering from this. Actually, it's pretty often that I'm so oblivious to the fact that I have it that I'll start to get ill, and I actually sit there and go like, "Oh, uh-oh, what's going on?" And then I have to be like, "Oh yeah, I have a terminal illness. I have 2 with trigeminal neuralgia." So, interesting stuff. I have an amazing tolerance for pain. It's cool. Also, it kind of sucks because I can hurt myself or be very sick and not realize that I'm hurt or super sick and need help. It's been once or twice I've had to go to the hospital or see a doctor and had them look at the condition and whatever was wrong with me at the time and say, like, you're not feeling this? You know, like, what's your scale of pain, you know, from 1 to 10? And I'm like, I don't know, like 5 or 6. That's why I'm here, and I'm real stubborn. I will treat myself at home and take care of myself. You know, so the reason I had said I needed to tentatively talk about vaccinations, and I'm not going to call the vaccination out by name. There's actually a disclosure agreement. I'm not really supposed to talk about that kind of stuff legally. There are a few things I am allowed to say, though. There was a vaccination when I was much younger, around my preteens, that I took that caused my MS to start. Doctors have said that I probably wouldn't have experienced any symptoms until I was in my 40s. I'm 37, okay? And I have been suffering with the symptoms of multiple sclerosis since I was 13 years old. Sad. Tragic. Sad. And they wouldn't listen. I kept telling them that I felt ill and I was concerned because this was a 3-part vaccination. And they made me take them. And each one I took made me sicker. Actually went semi-blind. Everything was blurry. I couldn't focus. And to this day, I cannot watch, say like my videos stationary, when there are videos where things are, when there are things where videos are bouncing around, I have to like make a bubble to watch it, okay? I cannot watch America's Funniest Home Videos. I cannot watch anything with bouncing camera angles, and I can play no video games. I was a gamer when I was young, and I loved it. I was the first girl in my neighborhood to beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Oh, Mitchell, we've got another dog nut. I have a lot of dog nuts today. I don't know where this... Hey, whatever, but it's kind of funny. And I love how they show their own hypocrisies while they talk, and it's so humorous to me. So, wanted to touch on MS. Seriously, if anybody else has this condition, wants any links, or knows someone that does, or wants to talk about it, email me. You know, it's in the description. Get a hold of me. I'd be more than happy to discuss this. I'm a huge dork when it comes to health and taking care of one's own health through diet and positivity and all of these things, which gives me even tougher skin when I've got these people coming at me all day. I like to tell people I survived my parents. If you think what you're doing is harming me, you have no idea. You're way outside of my realm. I survived these people and lived to become a good person, a wonderful mother. I broke the cycle of a severely traumatic childhood, and hey, come at me with whatever you got. You can't do anything that hasn't been done to me. Your words are nothing but motivation to me, and they further my point and make you look like a nut job while I am just over here trying to be a nice person. So, from the bottom of my dog-hating, multiple sclerosis-ridden body and heart, I appreciate every one of you, all of your suggestions and topics. I am doing my best to keep up with all that, but in the future, as we have more people, that's going to get harder for me. Please, if you haven't seen your topic, don't think I'm ignoring you. I probably just haven't gotten to it yet. Also, I have realized like 1 or 2 people have said their topics in the comments. Guys, if you got a topic you want me to cover and it's in the comments, please just email it to me. It makes this so much easier for me to archive and log and keep track of, because it's so hard. In the comments, man, you guys, I get lost in that. I answer like the first answer, you might get a second answer from me, and then after that, I'm off to so many other things, and I've got a device, a notebook. I've got a notebook that's about full. I've got to go and get more notebooks, you know, and I'll have all of these things out at once, and still can't completely cover a topic like the Best Friends Animal Society, right? So, I appreciate you and your suggestion. I think it was a good idea to jump off topic for a second and just talk and kind of relate to one another as humans. So, thank you all. I'll see you on the next video. Tonight, if I don't get the time to research some of these topics and finish it that I have been researching, I will do something natural like talking about pollinators, the story with the milkweed, or my experience training animals. What it's like, how they came to be what they are today. Even dogs, what it took to train them, breed them, and dumb them down to make them the less dangerous animals that they are today when they're still ultimately dangerous. Here we go, guys. Thanks for your support. I believe we're at about like 110 subscribers. It's freaking fantastic. The numbers don't lie, you guys. And you can say fuck statistics, whatever other hogwash you've got spewing out of your mouth. The numbers don't lie. Thank you, everyone. Much love. I'll see you on the next video. Insert like hospital waiting room music right here. Do, 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 do.